To be very honest, the reason why I don't speak, which might sound a certain type of way, but I feel like nobody's really worth my response, which has always been my stance. Because if it should be somebody that I'm going to benefit from, even if I don't want to respond, I will respond because I'll benefit out of it. But most times, the people that speak about Sarkodie, if I look at them from top to bottom, I'm like, is it really worth it for me to go back and forth with this person?
So if he doesn't reply you or you say something about him and he doesn't mind you, it means you are irrelevant. You are irrelevant. So those of you have been throwing jabs on Twitter, those of you have been insulting him and he doesn't mind you, you are irrelevant. But then it's about this whole Yvonne Nelson issue, it's like there's some relevancy there. That's why he made a video. Now Sarkodie has granted his first interview after this whole Yvonne Nelson fracas. And he did it with Angela Yee. Angela Yee was formerly on Breakfast Club with Charlemagne the God and also DJ Envy. But now she has her own show that she does. And she interviewed Sarkodie. The interview there is about 30 minutes long. But there are certain places that they were discussing the whole Yvonne Nelson Try Me song release, who heard the song first, who released the song, what is Tracy Sarkcess saying about this whole issue. I have the full gist for you. I'm the Headless YouTuber, this Headless Reactions. Yanko! Now, before we get into the video, kindly subscribe to the channel if you haven't, turn on post notification, and also feel free to share a comment in the comment section whenever. I'm very sure by now this whole Yvonne Nelson Sarkodie issue, you know about it. If you don't, there are links in the description. Yvonne Nelson said something about Sarkodie in her book, and it became a whole issue. Now Sarkodie released a song, Try Me, that one too became a whole issue. There are links in the description. You can catch up. Now continuing, Sarkodie in this interview said some things and gave some information. First off, they asked him that, hey, now we know that these are not the kind of, that's not your MO. When people say something about you, you don't respond. So how come this one day, you've done a whole song, and the song is like a diss song, and this is what Sarkodie said.
To be very honest, it's a sensitive conversation that the reason why I didn't do no media around or press around it is because I know I might lose how I would like to present what I feel about it. So normally this is not the first time. I've done records to address certain issue or maybe a line or two in a record just to, because I don't know, there's certain energy I hate to feed into, especially speaking about it, because I might lose my cool. So with this situation, yes, exactly. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm super proud of everything. It's just in the moment how I felt, whether it be my truth, there should have been a way that you could have said it. That's why I don't like to speak about it.
Right.
But because people know the Sark doesn't speak, people think they can say something and no Sark is not going to speak, and then it's going to get away with it.
Yeah.
So once in a while, you just
let them poke the bear. Yeah.
So from what Sarkodie is saying is like now a lot of people in the industry have seen that, oh, Sarkodie, you can say whatever you want to say about him, he will not respond. And because of that, people have taken it upon themselves to be spreading certain things about him. So when Yvonne Nelson put his name in the book, I think from his MOD there, people thought, oh, Sarkodie, he will not respond. A lot of us thought, oh, Sarkodie will not respond to this. Then Sarkodie said, so let me surprise you. Let me surprise you. And then the surprise came. But as to whether his team knew about this song, whether it was Angel Town who called him and said, hey, Sarkodie, let's go and record a song. Yeah, we ain't coming here. As to whether Angel Town knew something about the song, or his team knew something about the song, this is what he had to say.
People think my team is in support of what I did or the record. None of them knew I did the record because I was on tour. I'm actually on tour when it happened.
Yes.
So, and sometimes when I feel something, then the lyrics is going to come right there and then. So I sneaked into the studio to even record this. I didn't let nobody hear it because I didn't want to hear no advice.
Right.
I just literally want to do what I felt at that point. And face the consequences later on. But it wasn't like the whole team sat down and said, this is good to go. I did it personally for myself.
No, but how can you tell me this story? How can you tell me this story? That nobody knew, that you just snuck into the studio. Until when you snuck into the studio, no, was it you and a MOG Beats in the studio? Or you alone and you did everything by yourself? What was going on? But then again, he said that the song, he recorded it to keep it in Kukum. But he was suspecting some people. It's some people who leaked it. Watch this video.
Where I was, it was like very late, at I think 2 a.m. And then I see Twitter going crazy and people putting out the record.
Oh, so dang.
I have no idea because I didn't give it to. So I have like 2-3 people that I don't want to suspect. You know, it's going to create some energy because I did it just to hold on to it and see if I'm going to release it. But then when it came out, I was like, let me just put it out. Yeah.
Suspect number 1, Pussy G. Suspect number 1. Because this whole bigger than Jay-Z issue, Pussy G had never kind. But anyway, like Sarkodie is saying, he recorded the song and he didn't mean to release the song. So he recorded it to keep in his room to be listening. Some media jamming. I'm a really tata. Oh, pan episode. So okay. So he did the song and didn't intend to leak it. But he sent it to some people, 3 people. Sarkodie, if you want to keep a secret, don't tell anybody. If you tell one person, it's shaky. If you tell 2 people, it's shaky. If you tell 3 people, it's shaky. How can you send a song to 3 people and tell me that, I didn't know how it leaked? So right now, these 3 suspects know about the Pussy G thing, but I don't know which 3 people leaked or which 3 people had the song. But if Sarkodie is saying that he didn't release the song and the song leaked, then those 3 people know. Somebody might have sent it to somebody because the song that came out, it came on WhatsApp. To the point where I think Sheldon posted the song on his channel even before Sarkodie released the song. I don't know. Then when they saw that, now the song is out, people are talking about it, then let us release it. Okay. Now there's one person that could have advised Sarkodie about this whole thing. When this whole Yvonne Nelson issue was coming, there was one person that could have advised Sarkodie, which is his lawyer, Mama C. But this lady unfortunately passed in the wake of this whole Yvonne Nelson fracas. And because of that, Sarkodie didn't get the counsel that he needed. And this is what Sarkodie had to say about his lawyer. Watch this video.
So in the heat of the moment, the person that I didn't hear from, which normally she would have been the first person to hit me, is my lawyer. So early morning, I was trying to tease her, and I said, Mama C, so don't you care about what's happening? Because you would hit me up and say, what are we doing? But the sad news is she was dead at the same time.
What?
Yeah, so I see 2 texts go. I didn't hear, of course, she would respond like within 5 minutes.
Wow.
It took hours, and then I heard she's no more. So
oh
just
my
within
God,
that period,
that's
it
an
was
awful...
like a very tough time within that short period.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so she would have been somebody who I know wouldn't endorse that that situation of how I wanted to handle it, but I just felt like it. Like this, I normally don't do it, but this, to me, I think I'll get to a point where I can speak freely about it. I think it's still fresh, that I still want to process it before I can really speak.
Also, some parts of the interview, they asked Sarkodie that does he know whether Yvonne Nelson has replied? What is Yvonne Nelson saying about this whole song? Sarkodie said he doesn't care. The song, Nankasani, he did it to put it in a room, and then it leaked. He didn't do it to come and look for a reaction from Yvonne Nelson, so he doesn't care what Yvonne Nelson has said about the song or what Yvonne Nelson has to say about the song. Watch this video.
And it hasn't been anything.
I haven't, when I put it out, I wasn't looking for... I did it because I want to do it. I'm not looking for a reaction. I just.
But you didn't even intend to really put it out either.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not really looking out for it and trying to figure out who said what. I just said it and that's it.
Oh, so that means the tweeting that Yvonne Nelson was tweeting, and Michael, we all have daughters. Yvonne, or say father, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. And father. Now, the very important person, one very important person that everybody wants to know how she's taking this whole news is Tracy Sarkcess, Sarkodie's wife. So they asked Sarkodie that, your wife, Tracy, how is she taking this whole news? What is her problem? Or like, does she have a problem with all this? Sarkodie said his wife there, very supportive. She's supporting him. Watch this video.
Now I gotta ask you this, because you are married, right? Mm-hmm. What did your wife say about all this? And did she know in advance, or did she find out with everybody else?
To be honest, I really still don't want to like speak about that, but I think she handled it the way that I didn't think she was going to be able to handle it. You know, she was cool about it. She cared more about how I was feeling, which was
that's great.
Right. You know, she was like if I was good because I was on tour. So that was her worry about how I was feeling.
Because she knows it's out of character too. It's not like you just be firing off on people.
Yeah, she knows that it takes a lot for me to speak. Because to be very honest, the reason why I don't speak, which might sound a certain type of way, but I feel like nobody's really worth my response.
So from this, it means Tracy Sarkcess, her major concern is Sarkodie and how he handled this. Because she knows that Sarkodie isn't the type that just comes out to come and reply these things. So she was concerned about him and not about the whole thing. Well, if there's something really going on in their marriage, I don't expect Sarkodie to come and sit on TV and tell the whole world that, oh, Tracy Sarkcess was angry that night. She didn't let me chop the tin some, and she didn't. I don't think Sarkodie will come out and say such things because it's none of our business. It's their marriage issue. Whether Tracy is happy about it or sad about it or it's up to them. Whatever it is, they are in the marriage. So, please, I'm not giving relationship advice. Go away. Hey, this is not a relationship advice I'm giving, please. Just let's all respect ourselves. So these are some of the things that went on the show. And this is in relation to Yvonne Nelson and this whole issue. But if you want to watch the full interview, the link is in the description. Go and watch the full interview, very insightful. Sarkodie said a lot of things. And also share your views in the comment section. Do you believe it was leaked? And I did the song just to keep it, and I didn't know it was leaked and all that. Do you believe that story? Let me know in the comment section. Watch other videos on this channel. Tell somebody about Headless. And I don't know. Daddy. Yeah,